Listen to me. I need you to really hear this today. Because what I'm about to tell you, you might be the hardest pill you'll ever swallow, but it might also be the one thing that finally sets your life free. Sometimes God removes people to protect you. Now that line right there, that's not a quote. That's not a motivational caption. That's real life. And some of you are living this truth right now. You're confused. You're hurting. You're sitting there asking God, why did they leave me? Why did that friendship die? Why did they change? Why did they walk away like I never mattered? And God is like, because you didn't see what I saw. See, you were looking at the person, but God was looking at their intentions. You were looking at the memories, but God was looking at their future decisions. You were looking at how they made you feel, and God was looking at how they could destroy you later. And if God ever lets you hear the conversations that were happening behind your back, you would get on your knees and thank Him for every person He removed. Let me tell you something. God doesn't subtract without protecting, and He doesn't protect without purpose. Some people didn't leave you because they wanted to. They left because they were removed. And listen, God doesn't ask for permission when He's protecting His child. He doesn't knock on your door saying, hey, I'm about to take this person out of your life, okay? No, He just moves. He just shifts something. He just lets the connection fade. He lets the distance grow. He lets the conversations dry up because He sees something you can't. You're crying over what God is celebrating. And I know that hurts. I know it feels personal. Because you gave them your loyalty. You trusted them with your heart. You prayed for them. You defended them. You even loved them in a way they couldn't love you back. But you didn't know what God knew. You didn't know that keeping them in your life would delay your destiny. You didn't know they were blocking the blessings you've been praying for. You didn't know their energy was poisoning your spirit. You didn't know their presence was damaging your peace. And listen to me carefully. God would not let your purpose suffer because of your attachment. If He has to break your heart to protect your life, He will do it. If He has to close the door so you stop running back, He will do it. If He has to end the chapter so you can start the next one, He will do it. You ever notice how some people leave your life and suddenly you start thinking clearer? Your mind gets lighter. Your peace gets louder. Your energy comes back. You start growing again. You start dreaming again. That's not coincidence. That's God saying, see, I told you. They were holding you back. Sometimes God removes people because their spirit can't go where He's taking you. They were good for who you were, but not good for who you're becoming. A lot of you are leveling up right now, but you're still trying to take people with you who were only meant to walk with the old version of you. They weren't built for your next chapter. Their character can't handle your calling. Their mindset can't survive your mission. And God knows. If they stayed, you'd shrink yourself to make them comfortable. You'd dim your light to keep them close. You'd stay small to avoid losing them. So He removed them to save you. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. You're not being abandoned. You're being aligned. You're not losing people. You're losing limitations. God is clearing your circle so He can expand your vision. And look, I know you're replaying the memories. I know you're questioning yourself. I know you're wondering what you did wrong. But the truth is, you didn't do anything wrong. You simply outgrew people who weren't growing. And when God sees you holding on to dead weight, He cuts it off before it kills the mission He put inside you. Stop trying to resurrect what God already buried. Stop chasing what He has already released. Stop reopening doors He has already sealed shut. If the connection ended, trust God. If the relationship faded, trust God. If the friendship dissolved, trust God. Because listen, your destiny is too important for God to let the wrong person sit in the front row of your life. Listen, I want you to sit with what I'm about to say, because it's going to hit you in a place you've been avoiding. Stop trying to bring back what God removed for your protection. See, the problem is you're trying to repair something God Himself broke. You're trying to rewrite a chapter God has already ended. You're trying to keep alive something He declared finished. You keep saying, maybe they'll come back. Maybe they'll change. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I should apologize. But God is whispering, no, let it go. I removed them for a reason you don't understand yet. You're trying to call people who don't call you back. You're trying to text people who leave you on read. You're trying to keep people close who showed you again and again that they don't value you. And you keep saying, but God, I love them. And God is saying, I know, but I love you too much to let this continue. Some of you are grieving someone who was never meant to stay permanently. They were a season, not a lifetime. They were a lesson, not a forever. They were preparation, not your destination. And here's the truth nobody told you. You don't lose people when God is elevating you. You get revealed. Revealed to who's real. Revealed to who's loyal. Revealed to who can handle your next chapter. You think you're being abandoned. No, you're being filtered. God is cleaning your circle the same way a jeweler cleans gold. Fire first, then pressure, then separation. And sometimes that separation looks like people falling off. It looks like silence. It looks like distance. It looks like rejection, but it's not rejection, it's redirection. God is saying, you're going somewhere they can't follow. Because let's be honest, some of the people you loved the most were the ones slowing you down the most. You kept giving chances to people who kept giving you pain. You kept forgiving behavior they never corrected. You kept holding on because you didn't want to lose them. But you didn't realize you were losing yourself. Listen to me. God will break your heart before He lets someone break your destiny. There are people God had to remove because you were too loyal to walk away on your own. If God didn't end it, you would have stayed. If God didn't block it, you would have kept chasing it. If God didn't expose them, you would have kept trusting them. So He stepped in. He created distance. He changed their heart. He closed the door. He let the friendship fade. He made the communication fall apart. Not because He wanted to hurt you, but because you wouldn't protect yourself. So He protected you for you. Tell me something. How many times did God show you the signs? How many times did you feel the red flags? How many nights did you cry and still stay? How many times did their actions scream, this is not for you? And despite all that, you kept holding on. So God said, enough. Let me explain something to you in the most honest way possible. You cannot take everyone to the place God is taking you. Some people don't belong in your victory. Some people don't deserve access to your blessings. Some people can't handle the version of you God is building. And God knows, if they stayed, your loyalty would make you choose them over yourself. Your heart would make you save them instead of saving your purpose. Your love would make you compromise your calling. So God removed them to remove the weight. That's why you feel lighter now. That's why your mind is clearer. That's why your peace is returning. That's why your energy feels different, because everything connected to you is supposed to grow you, not drain you. Hear me. When God removes someone, He's not trying to empty your life. He's trying to make room. Room for peace. Room for alignment. Room for new blessings. Room for people who actually care. Room for the next chapter He's writing for you. Don't chase something God is trying to replace. Don't mourn what He had to move. Don't beg for what He already cleared out. Because every time God pulls someone out of your life, He's saying, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And you may not see it today, but one day you're going to look back and say, thank you, God, for removing what I didn't have the strength to let go. You just wait. Clarity is coming. Healing is coming. Better people are coming. But for that to happen, you have to trust the removal. All right, if you're still with me, that tells me one thing. You're ready to step into the truth God has been trying to reveal to you for a long time. You're ready to stop crying over what He removed and start celebrating what He's preparing. Let me tell you something very simple, but very hard to accept. Not everyone who starts with you is meant to finish with you. Some people are meant to walk beside you for a season. Some are meant to teach you a lesson. Some are meant to show you what loyalty is and what betrayal feels like. But God, He's the God of your destiny. He's not here for your comfort. He's here for your calling. And sometimes the cost of elevation is separation. Yes, separation. Because you can't reach the next level with people who are holding you down. You can't step into your calling with people who aren't aligned with it. You can't grow into the person God designed you to be while trying to fit people into a space they don't belong. And here's the real truth. Some people can't rise with you. And some people can't accept the new version of you. So God removes them, not to punish you, not because you're unworthy, but because He loves you too much to let them limit your life. Think about it. All the pain you feel, all the nights you cried, all the confusion you felt when someone walked away, that was protection. God saw what you didn't. He knew their heart before you did. He knew the betrayal before it happened. He knew the heartbreak before it arrived. And He acted before you were hurt more than you already were. He intervened before your life got delayed, before your destiny got sabotaged, before your blessings got blocked. You see, sometimes the miracle isn't what God gives you. The miracle is what He removes from your life. T-cell NC of OGS myRK arc, and yes, you might have felt alone, you might have felt abandoned. You might have wondered why He wasn't talking, why He wasn't showing up. But let me tell you this, God works in silence during the surgery of your life. He's operating behind the scenes. He's cutting away the toxicity. He's stitching up your heart. He's preparing the space for what's coming next. You thought it was empty space, but it was God clearing the room. Yo, you R-A-I-S-P-I-N-G-P-R-E parad. Sometimes the people who leave to make room for peace. Sometimes the ones who disappear to make room for joy. Sometimes the ones who betray to teach you the value of loyalty. You're not losing, my friend. You're being prepared. You're being aligned. The heartache, that's temporary. The lesson, that's eternal. The growth, that's unstoppable. God isn't just pruning your life, He's cultivating it. And when the right people come in, they won't break you. They won't confuse you. They won't leave you guessing. They'll celebrate you. They'll honor your spirit. They'll elevate your mission. CLE Brati Ravel. You have to understand this. Sometimes the most beautiful blessing in your life is the removal you didn't want. You're crying over what left, but God is preparing what's coming. Your destiny is too big to fit into a life filled with the wrong people. Your calling is too important to be weighed down by the wrong hearts. Your peace is too sacred to be shared with the wrong spirits. So celebrate the removal. Thank God for closing the door. Thank Him for the heartbreak, because it made space for the breakthrough. Thank Him for the silence, because it was His work in your life. And get ready, because what's coming next is better than you ever imagined, bigger than you ever prayed for, richer than you ever expected. And it's all because God removed the wrong people so the right ones could enter. If you're listening to me right now, your story does not end in heartbreak. It doesn't end in betrayal. It doesn't end in abandonment. Your story ends in victory. It ends in alignment. It ends with peace. It ends with joy. It ends with purpose. And when you look back one day, you'll see clearly that God's removal wasn't cruel. It was kindness in disguise. It wasn't rejection. It was redirection. It wasn't loss. It was protection. So lift your head. Stop mourning the departure. Stop chasing the people who left. Stop begging for what's already gone. Your future is waiting. Your blessings are coming. Your destiny is calling. And remember this, friend, God removed them to protect you. And now He's about to elevate you.